Jake, for the first time in camp, guys have pads on, shells, and that defense has given you a full-on push. What was that like to face that next level of defense for the first time in fall camp?
Here in the pads, clack, it's a different feeling. It's a different sensation for the guys around here. Anybody been around a football field, it's a good feeling. You know, get to hear that going. The anticipation for it has been high. Guys have been hitting hard before here, whether they get bruises or not, but now they don't, so they're hitting even harder. So the intensity's up, so it's a lot of fun.
How would you sum up your performance over the first 2 days of camp?
Good. I think the offense came out firing day one. Defense responded well day two, but I think that I've done, a lot of really good things and some things that are going to be fun to clean up during camp. Day 1 and 2 are fun days because, it's interesting ball. You're still installing the new stuff. You don't have the answers for everything yet, so defense can win some and offense can win some too. So it's been a really good couple of days, and it's just so fun to be back here with the guys.
You obviously have been around the program the longest with all of the quarterbacks and have been with Coach Roderick in the playbook. So how would you explain how comfortable you are with the playbook as it stands right now?
I mean, as close to 100% as I can get. You can never get 100, but I'm pretty close. I feel like anything he throws at me on the field, I can just put the pieces together and make it happen and kind of go on the fly. With the new stuff, the plays that we run sometimes, it's like, for me, I'm not thinking about it a lot. I'm like, okay, this is why he's doing this.
You've been a major vocal leader and a guy that's been running player-run practices and been at the center and the core of that over the summer. So how do you feel like that has translated from what you've done over the summer to what's happening right now?
Guys are ready to go. I think day one we saw the biggest reflection of the work we put in the summer. Guys weren't surprised with what was going on out there. Guys were ready to roll. And offense had a really good day one. And so that kind of momentum, we're just riding that and just going to keep going, keep pushing all the way through. Those player-run practices is the reason we're prepared to put so much volume of plays into the playbook every week. Every day is a new install for the first week or two. And so being able to just have experience with that stuff, especially for the new guys. We got like 18-year-old freshmen out here trying to figure it out, and they're doing a pretty good job. They're doing better than maybe most might expect them to do, and so it's awesome. The player-run practices are paying off for sure.
Camp is such an interesting balance because obviously on your side of the ball, you love to dominate all of the time in every play, but that might not necessarily mean good things for the defense. You'd like to see balance. So how has the balance been with both sides of the ball trying to compete at a high level thus far?
It's been incredible. Like I said, day one, offense came out firing. Day two, defense responded well. Today was awesome because it was a red zone period, so we got to really, touchdowns or not touchdowns. It's a pretty simple game that way, and so it's fun when the defense, the offense is going back and forth, energy level switching side by side every other play. It's a touchdown or it's a big play for the defense or whatever it is. So it's just awesome to have that energy high. I think we can get it even higher. I think we're nowhere close to where it's going to be in a few weeks, and so I'm excited to see that.
I don't know how many times you've heard the phrase quarterback battle, but you're in the thick of it right now, and we often hear like it raises the game of everyone. How does it raise the game for you specifically to be in this situation?
Yeah, so, the truth of iron sharpens iron cannot be more true in a setting like this, in a game like this. We're all so competitive. We all want to be out there playing. And at the quarterback position, there is one guy on the field. There's one guy running the show. And so that makes it even more competitive. It's super awesome to have a guy like Gary to compete against. He's an incredible dude and just a guy who's been around ball a lot, so you just bounce things off him, talk to him about things. And so it's fun to compete against a guy like that. And what's nice is I'm always competing against the defense. It's not direct comparison, not direct, competition. And so it's easy for me to go out there, beat the defense and then celebrate with him and vice versa.
I know it's early, but what's the most significant challenge the defense has presented to you as a quarterback so far?
Oh, man, a lot of new faces who are athletic, who are long. Obviously Jack Kelly we had in the spring, but Che has showed up and played really well. Shane Moa has showed up and played really well. And defensively, just guys who got length and guys who got another year under their belt. A guy who, everybody took strength and conditioning to another level this offseason, and you can see it on the field. Guys are moving faster, guys are jumping higher, guys are making better plays.
You mentioned some specific defensive players. Who has surprised you on the offensive side of the ball with you coming into camp?
Oh, man, not a lot of surprises after PRPs and stuff like that, but it's fun to see the freshmen who haven't seen ball yet, like Prince Zombo, who didn't participate in spring, and Cody Hagan, who didn't participate in spring, just came home off his mission. Guys looking like he's been out here before. So it's super awesome to see those guys be able to compete at a high level, and it's their first time out here against a P4 defense.
Everybody wants to know, because they've heard that the offensive line under the direction of TJ Woods has improved. There's more accountability, they're more assignment sound. You experienced that firsthand better than most. How would you say the offensive line has progressed specifically from last year to right now?
I mean, the word for offensive line is just gash. We've been gashing left and right, and it's stuff we didn't do very well a year ago, and Coach TJ Woods has taken this O-line to another level. I mean, there's not a whole ton of new faces, and yet the O-line has taken their level of play up to another step. And so that's just a testament to the offseason work these guys have put in, the amount of hours they put in with the coaches, with the GAs, and individual work and stuff like that, and PRPs and stuff like that. That's just paid dividends. And like I said, those PRPs showed up, and they showed up at every position, especially O-line.
You've mentioned several times how hard you are on yourself. You're your own toughest critic, and you don't hold back on yourself. How has that benefited you over the last 8 months?
Oh, man, it's just, a perfectionist mindset can't always be good, but sometimes it is. I'm the argument for that. Sometimes I'm too much of it, like you said. Sometimes I'm hardest on myself and shouldn't be. But, yeah, just that mindset has just allowed me to, sharpen every edge of my game. There's a lot to being a quarterback at this level, and so being able to, be as good as I can at every little thing there is to this position is something I'm striving to do, and so it's going to make me a better football player on the field, a better guy, in the classroom, a better teammate to the guys around me, and hopefully a better leader.
All right, let's finish with, what do you feel like you do best right now as a quarterback, and what's the area you feel like you really need to hone in on?
Wow, that's a good question. Best, I think, improvising has always been fun. It's a fun part of my game. It's when things don't go right, making it go right, making it go better than right. That's one of the most exciting parts of football, you know what I mean? And that's why guys like Patrick Mahomes are so exciting, because they do that a lot. I think I've sharpened that knife a few times. I don't know, the tool in my toolbox that I don't like right now, maybe being rushed in the pocket. Maybe when things aren't going my way in the pocket, being able to stay in the pocket and throw it. Maybe that's it. It's stuff like that I've been working hard with, John Beck in the offseason back in California. And so stuff like that has been getting a lot better. So I don't know if it is my weakest point in my game so far. But that's me. I'm trying to make everything so much better that the weak point is not obvious, because everything is trying to get upgraded together.
Okay, bonus question. And I know you mentioned John Beck, and he's helped you immensely. He was in a few quarterback battles of his own, but how have you felt the support of your teammates who are trying not to silo anything out, but just be supportive regardless of who's in there?
Guys are doing incredible. There's no cliques and guys picking who and who that I know of, or that the coaches know of, and so it's easy to kind of be like, all right, guys are behind whoever's out there. I think guys have seen high-level play from both of us, and so they know that A-Rod's best intentions are going to be on the field, and so whoever he decides to put in there is going to be the best guy for the job. And so I think that the trust in A-Rod is high, and so guys are going to trust his decision-making.
Not many people look as good as you do after practicing in the 100-degree heat, and you show up for an interview. You got that going for you too, Jake.
Thanks, appreciate it. Southern California, I'm used to this. This is cool. I like the breeze.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Jake Retzlaff and Gary Bohannon, the 1 and 2, battling for that quarterback position. Hey, 1 week into fall camp, what do you know about BYU football that you didn't know when camp started? This is BYUSN.
BYU Sports Nation is presented by the BYU Store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere.
Now that BYU is in the Big 12 Conference, it's no surprise. The Cougars are facing some tough competition. As a business owner, you experience the same thing every day with your company.